Hi, Linda. How you doing?
Hi, Lauren. I'm good. I'm
Thanks for
good.
thanks for joining me again, and thank you for filling out all of these assessment forms. I know that they can be pretty long and enduring.
No problem.
How did you find filling out the forms? Did you find anything out about yourself, or and did anything reveal itself to you while you were filling out these forms?
Uh, no, I'm pretty, I know pretty much what I should be doing. Um, it's just, especially right now, I'm in the midst of a move, so I'm a little stressed, so I'm not really keeping a good journal on what I'm eating. It seems like I'm just picking instead of having meals, because I'm just trying to, I don't know, it's almost like a self medication, just so that I can cope with whatever stress I'm dealing with now.
Right. Yeah, it's your highest concerns were one of those were your stress was your stress level. So speaking to that, it seems very appropriate that you would be stressed if you're going through a move.
Yep, I
Um,
got
and I also see that one of your other highest concerns would be weight related and your blood pressure.
right. And I just got some blood work done, and my cholesterol is a little bit high, but I'm not sure if that's because my cholesterol is actually high or I wasn't fasted when they
Mm,
took the blood. So I don't know how that affects um,
right,
your reading.
right.
So
Well, that should definitely be something that should be reevaluated, just to make sure that you get an accurate read. But looking at your physical assessment, we did see that your BMI, your body mass index, looks like it is higher than what would be considered a healthy weight. But we also found that I found potentially more interesting is the weight distribution. So looking at your anthropometric assessments, we find that you're around your midsection is where you carry most of your excess weight.
yeah,
And so android body types, that's the like an apple shaped body type. That's actually linked or it's associated with a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. So looking at that in conjunction with the high blood pressure, that's something that I think that we should really try to attack coming up in following sessions.
well, how do you get rid of stomach fat?
Um,
Next,
yeah, so I mean, it's not necessarily body. It's not entirely all like diet and lifestyle related, but it does show your assessments do show that your eating habits seem to be really up and down. Some days you seem to be eating more or less. Other days it seems very carbohydrate heavy. Other days it does show most days you don't hit your vegetable intake, your serving intakes that are recommended,
right,
which a lot of the time to high vegetables have high fiber, which could be linked to lower blood sugar, better digestion, your metabolism support. So there's a lot that can be done from a nutritional standpoint to help try to support your metabolism in other ways, and then that can eventually work to lower your blood pressure, um, lose some of the excess central body weight, and try to reduce any cardiovascular risks. Do you
right.
find so? Just speaking to the health habit or the eating habits day to day. Do you find that any days you have different cravings for different foods depending on your stress level, or we see in your assessment that you don't get the recommended 8 hours of sleep per night. It seems like it's very disrupted.
Yeah,
Um,
don't. Especially now, just with the move, I could sleep for a couple hours and I'll wake up and I'll be up for 3 or 4 hours and then I go back to bed. So I'm really not making I'm not getting a solid night's sleep. And probably, well, I mean, everything that I crave pretty much is salt, so I don't know if that's just all part of, dealing with stress, that you crave that salt. I don't have a sugar craving at all. Never have. So,
Okay.
My downfall is just salt.
Okay. Okay.
Which doesn't help with the blood pressure, certainly, but...
Right. And your sodium intake might be something that we should be looking at. It didn't exactly jump out on me, your sodium levels, but what did stand out was carbohydrate intake, a lot of low fiber, like white pastas and those kind of things. We should try to remove and just replace with better options. So looking through, sorry, I'm just trying to get organized. So looking through all of this, I mean, it appears that you say you have a good understanding of yourself and what you should be looking for. So what's, if we were to look at your readiness to change scale, if we were to go from 1 to 10, 1 being not ready to change at all and 10 being completely ready and gung-ho, where do you think that you would fall?
I don't know. Maybe like 5, just because I'm not. If I was like up to 9 or 10, I would be doing something about it. And right now, I'm not. I'm just sort of just trying to get by, basically.
Okay, so if I were to restructure that question and ask you on a readiness to change scale, but we're talking about how important making these changes in your dietary and your lifestyle, how important would making these changes be, 1 to 10, to you?
Oh, probably 10. I mean, it's important. I know I have to take better care of myself. It's just, I just don't. I don't know why.
And then looking at this again, if we were to look at the confidence scale, 1 through 10, readiness to change, where do you think you fall?
Confidence meaning that I know I could do it?
Right. How confident are you that you're going to start applying these changes and that you can fit it into your day, or you think that you will actually fit it into your daily routine?
I could always just say, like, using the move. I have less than 2 weeks to move out of a house that I've been in for 20 years. So, of course I want to change, but it's like there's always a reason why I don't have time to do it.
Right. So looking back at our initial assessment, there was one element that I thought was really interesting that you had mentioned, the topic of accountability. That you were saying that maybe if you had someone to go to the gym with you, or to go for a walk, or you had something planned, or some sort of like a meal plan that you would have to be held accountable for,
right.
that you would be more likely to follow through.
Yeah, no, especially doing exercise or walking or whatever. It's always easier to do it with somebody else.
Okay, so I think that could be a really good thing to think about moving forwards, is either looking towards, we can start doing a food diary and a lifestyle diary, because I think that while there's a lot of nutritional elements that could be improved as far as your assessment goes, I think that lifestyle as well for your physical activity level, and also I think as far as the social activity, I think it would be really helpful for you. It could be a really great stress relief, and it could just be really overall like a great wellness move for you.
Right.
So I think going forwards, why don't we start doing a diet and a lifestyle diary that we can have you fill out every week, and then when we meet, we can discuss it and we can talk about everything that you've done, and then. Aside from that, I think that it would be a really great goal for yourself to set up some parameters. Set up some goals of as far as how many times per week you think that you have time to do physical activity, or to cook a really nutritionally dense meal, and invite friends, or do something, make it so you are accountable. You invite someone over and make salad and fish, or something that you enjoy, but that maybe you wouldn't sit down and have that meal because you are feeling stressed and you're just picking throughout the day. So then
Right.
You're forcing yourself to sit and have a great nutritional meal, but you're also including somebody in on your feast, and you'll be a little bit more accountable because you know that somebody's counting on you, aside from yourself.
Okay.
So I think that starting with the diet and the lifestyle diary, we'll work on your accountability, and hopefully we can move the readiness to change scale up to a high number on your confidence scale. Because if you're showing that it's incredibly important, it's a 10, that you do want to make these changes. But what my job will be is to work with you to figure out how we're going to make this happen, and what is the best way that we can move forwards.
All right,
Okay.
sounds good.
So great. So looking forward to our next session. I'll give you your handouts for your diary, for your nutrition diary and your lifestyle diary. And then we'll also sit and we'll discuss some goals, some personal goals for yourself, and some ways that we can work towards making this happen.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. All right. Thank you so much, and looking forward to starting our sessions.
All right, talk to you next week.
Okay. Thank you. Cheers.
Perfect.